Hi, my name's Ruth. I'm a mindfulness teacher and a mum of 6 weeks to Rowan, who is here. I'm recording these videos partly to document my own postnatal experience, but also I'm hoping they may be helpful for people who are going through similar experiences, and I reflect on how my mindfulness practice has been helping me, and also I guide a very short practice. So the videos are intentionally short. I hope you find them useful. If you do, please share them with anyone else you think might find them helpful, and let me know in the comments if there are any particular topics that you think it would be useful to reflect on, and if I have, then I will. So today's theme is partner going back after paternity leave, and it may be that you have experienced this recently or you're about to experience it. My partner went back last week after 4 weeks of paternity leave, which I realised was quite a lucky amount to have had, and I found myself feeling quite anxious in the run-up to him going back. I really didn't want it to happen, and so I reflected on how my mindfulness practice was helpful in that scenario. I practiced a lot at the time, and I wanted to share some thoughts that I had on it. So for those who aren't aware, mindfulness describes the practice of deliberately paying attention to the present on purpose, so deliberately and non-judgmentally. And put another way, I think of mindfulness as noticing each moment on purpose and with kindness. So it can be done through formal practice. You can sit and do a practice, or you can also just be mindful in the way that you live your everyday life. And that's something that is great about it. You don't have to set aside huge chunks of time in order to be mindful. So how has mindfulness practice been helpful in the context of reduced support during the postnatal period? I noticed that if I brought my mind back to the present, that really helped me enjoy the experience that I was having with my partner then and there. So I could notice when I was fast forwarding to him going back to work after paternity leave, realise that hadn't happened yet, and bring myself back to enjoying the moment that I was having with him now. So really noticing that fast forwarding that all of our minds can do to something that's happening in the future that hasn't yet taken place. Noticing and registering that, and then gently guiding yourself back to what's going on for me right now, what am I experiencing now, can be very, very useful. Mindfulness practice also helped me notice when I was really clinging to that experience. So I really wanted the paternity leave to last forever, but no moment does last forever, and that applies to bad moments as well as good moments, so worth remembering. And mindfulness really helped me tune in gently to how I was feeling about the whole thing. So I could notice when I had some anxiety about him returning to work after paternity leave. I really sensed in my body when I felt tightening of my stomach or eyes welling up when I thought about it. So really just taking the time to reflect and acknowledge how you are feeling and whether there's any extra support that you might need. And that's perfectly okay. It's normal and healthy to want support in this time. So during this practice, remembering to see my guidance very much as guidance. So please feel free to ignore me if the words aren't resonating with you, or to just do your own thing. And remember that if the practice becomes overwhelming or isn't right for you right now, then it's perfectly okay just to keep your attention on the breath if that feels okay, or to stop the practice completely as well. That's fine too. And with your baby, feel free to have your baby close by you or on you while you do this practice. And again, feel free to pause or stop the practice if your baby needs your attention right now. So really choosing and giving yourself permission to choose where you place your attention in a way that's right for you and your baby. So starting the practice by taking your place. So choosing the posture that you're going to adopt. You may be sitting in a chair, lying in a bed or standing. All of these postures are fine for the practice. And just really taking a moment to notice the points of contact with the surface that you are resting on. So if you're sitting, it may be noticing the connection between the feet on the floor and the ground, backs of the legs on the chair. If you're lying down, it may be noticing the whole of the back of the body, connecting with the sofa or the floor or bed. And if you're standing, both feet flat on the floor, connected to the ground. And if it feels okay for you, maybe closing your eyes. Or if you prefer, you can just adopt a soft gaze on the floor or the space in front of you. And remembering that this practice is just noticing what's happening right now with kindness. So there's no particular goal or state that you're trying to achieve. So just, as best you can, letting go of any aims that you might have to be relaxed or to be calm, and just acknowledging that it's okay just to be with whatever's here right now for you. So now just gently bringing your attention to the breath in the body. So noticing this in-breath all the way in and this out-breath all the way out. Breathing in and breathing out. Not needing to change or control the breath in any way, but just letting the breath breathe itself, however it is for you right now. And then if you'd like to, you can stay with the breath and breathing for the practice. Or you can gently turn towards any feelings that you might be having about your partner going back to work or having gone back to work. Or it may be that you're noticing some other form of support which is reducing over the next few days. And just really tuning into any sensations you have in the body right now. Maybe that there's a tightening of the stomach, or eyes welling up, or it may be nothing, in which case noticing that. And remembering if this feels overwhelming, that you can return to the breath or the points of contact with the floor just to recenter you. Maybe turning towards emotions, how you're feeling about it. Labelling them if it helps. And any thoughts that are there. Remembering these are just thoughts. They're not who you are, and they're not what's going to happen. And maybe offering yourself some words of comfort and reassurance if this is something that you're finding challenging. So maybe saying silently to yourself, this is okay. Or I can do this. Or whatever words resonate with you. And also acknowledging if there's a sense or a need for more support. And really listening to that if that's the case. And on the next out breath, letting that go and just returning your awareness to the breath. So coming back to this in-breath and this out-breath. And becoming aware of the whole of your body sitting here, standing or lying. And then gently ending the practice by opening your eyes if they're closed. So that's the end of that practice. I hope you found it helpful. If you'd like to follow me, please look for Calm City Mum, and I will see you again soon. Take care.